plans together, easier way, and start the journey. Everything else will, follow through.
You've got to have a lot of patience and keep persevering.
Correct. So overall GDV is circa 6 million. We have 4 1-beds, 4 2-beds, and 1 penthouse. Just under 500,000, 470, 80k sort of mark starting point, and the penthouse will be around circa 900k.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. So today we are in Wimbledon area again, and we are visiting another property developer on site. We're visiting Haroon Saeed from Sintl. So Sintl build larger new build residential developments, similar to the size and scale that we are involved with, maybe slightly bigger. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing their developments. There he is, I can see it.
How are you? Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no worries.
What a lovely weather today we have.
How are you?
Himanshi,
Hey.
our lead design manager, and she is one of the main person who deals
Nice to
with
meet
everything.
Haroon, what are we looking at here?
So this is a mixed-use development of 9 residential apartments, including 1 penthouse at the top and 1 commercial, which is a dental practice.
So I'll go into more detailed questions about the site
Sure.
in a minute, but what was here before?
Right, so we already had a dental practice here,
Right.
and we had originally 2 flats above, which we got converted under PD. Then we acquired a next door property, which was actually very interesting because they were butchers for many, many years, and they were both partners were taking retirement, right? And then we, over many months discussion and negotiation, we eventually managed to acquire that as well. Then we submit the planning for the entire redevelopment, comprehensive redevelopment of the whole site. So
Okay.
the other one, they were, so altogether they were 4 flats and under PD, smaller flats and dental practice, but then we got the planning for 9 brand new apartments and a dental practice.
Okay, wow. So you've done a little bit of like land assembly, change of use,
Correct.
prior approval, and
Yeah.
you've slowly pieced together this
Yeah,
development.
the idea
and then-
behind that was, it was land assembly, obviously at the very inception, but the idea was that we get whatever we have into an income producing asset. Just in case if the planning takes much longer or if we don't get what we actually desire for, we still have something income producing for us as a fallback strategy. So it worked well. I mean, while we were going through planning, it was quite a long process. We still have an income producing asset all the way through.
Yeah. Before we go in and have a look,
Yeah.
how long have you been doing developing?
Okay, so my personal background is finance and accountancy.
Another finance background person.
Yeah, it happens to be. I think a lot of people from finance,
Yeah.
and end up in this. But it was not something I was looking to start. I had no clue about property or construction or anything. It was sheer luck and just a stroke of sheer luck that I entered property. That was about 20 years ago. So we started with smaller works and management side of things, and smaller refurbishment sort of projects, mainly for others as a service rather than as a developer.
Okay.
So our development journey, so we were doing that for
Were you like a main contractor? Like a
yeah, so
contractor?
exactly. So we
Yeah.
acted as a contractor,
Yeah.
more like management contractor kind of thing, and so we did that for a few years, and then this economic credit crunch came,
Yeah.
and after that the first acquisition for development journey started after that, 2011-12 sort of thing.
And
But
what
before that,
what was that first one? What
so
project?
one of the first one we acquired was a property. It was a commercial property with 2 big maisonettes, large maisonettes in Tolworth, which is not too far from here. And then we acquired that asset. We got the planning over multiple planning applications, and we ended up having 7 flats and a fairly decent commercial. So that was one of the beginning. Then after that we acquired another.
Was that a build to sell type of model?
So what happened was we partly sold. Out of 7 units, we sold 2 and retained the rest.
Okay.
So then we had another. Since then we had another project in South Norwood. So that was an asset with existing planning of 8 units and some little commercial as well. So we enhanced the planning. We went back to the planners and enhanced the planning significantly. And then we developed that, and one of our venture partners, we just exited, and one of the other partners, we retained the whole thing.
Okay.
Then we acquired some of the other assets as well since then, and now we are actively more into development side rather than.
So your model is now, is it changed? Is it still build to sell?
So lately, what we are focusing also on is it's a combination hybrid model. So we are constantly working towards finding the opportunities where the end values are higher in the market. Most of the stock we are going to offload and sell.
Yeah.
Starting from off-plan sales like this one as well. We already have all the teams engaged for this. And some of the ones that we think that the rental yields are going to be strong, we'll try to keep that as well.
Yeah.
So combination, it's a hybrid model.
Yeah. Especially for new developers, how did you fund your first one?
So our journey was slightly different. It evolved from construction, starting as a service, as a contractor, and then evolved into development. So we already were doing the business. So we already were making some money from that business, and then we started with that. And then one of the thing that we, in my experience, is that if we can work with collaborative approach, may that mean that you work with the people right? And especially sometime when the people can see you already have enough to showcase at work, then people have obviously more trust. So they can also sometimes pool funds as well, right?
Okay.
So if you don't have all the funds yourself, pool funds,
pool funds together, yeah.
Pool funds together, easier way, and start the journey. And then obviously everything else will follow through after that.
Let's grab the PPEs. As we kind of put these on, I noticed that your accent isn't from around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I am not originally from around here. That's why. So I'm originally from Pakistan, Lahore. I came in the UK in 2001. I came here as a student. I was studying finance and accountancy. And as I mentioned, by just stroke of luck, I entered into property a few years later. I was not looking for this thing, but it just happened, and then the rest is the history.
Wow. Wow, amazing. Haroon, how many other sites do you have on the go at the moment?
So in the pipeline at the moment, as we speak, we have about 4 sites. Not all are live at the moment, but this is the one. There's another one we are starting very soon. And then we have a couple of more in the pipeline as well.
All at different stages?
Yes, but all have planning approved.
Okay.
Yeah, so all are just getting ready to go for construction phase, but all out of planning.
Amazing. This one is nine apartments, and you've got a commercial on the ground floor.
Correct.
Which is going to be a dental surgery, because it was before.
Yeah, so the same dentist is coming back. So we had to surrender the lease because to obviously for this development.
Yeah.
And the same dentist will be coming back very soon as well.
Does he have some input in?
Yes, we have kept him in the loop. Exactly, we have kept him in the loop throughout, just to ensure that it is more customized and it caters for the requirement he has. Especially the fact that we are giving him back a brand new surgery, so we wanted him to have his say all the way along as well, so that he gets what he really wants.
Okay.
So yes.
And it must be nice to know that you've got a tenant already for the commercial.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct. Yeah,
that's great.
That's helpful.
And what's the plan with the units?
So we already have the agents and our marketing team appointed. They've been working on this for the last few months.
Yeah.
As you can see, the hoarding and all of that is already in design, and everything is up and running as well. We already have our website live as well for this project. We haven't started active marketing though. And
what are you calling it? The development?
Novum Court.
Novum Court.
Yeah, Novum Court.
Nice. Great. Should we have a little look?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Shall we have a little walk around and then we go in?
Okay. In terms of size of projects, is this your sweet spot, or have you done larger developments than this?
So we have done larger, at least around 20-ish sort of numbers in number-wise. And at the moment in pipeline, one of the other projects is similar size, but the other 2 are larger. One is 25 units and one is 23 units, so they're larger. and I think we are gradually also probably going towards more larger size developments as well.
Okay.
So yeah, with the kind of experience we have, almost in every kind of construction, whether that be traditional, any other aspect predominantly, I think we have had done,
You've got the knowledge and skill.
a number of projects of various kinds.
You must have like a good team around you now. You've been doing this for a while, and you're working on projects like
That's
this.
correct. We have a core team of project managers, site manager. We have in-house architect, design manager. We have in-house structure engineer. We have in-house QS team as well. So we have that strong core team in-house, and we have a good, strong management team within our company. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, it's always handy to have it all in-house like that. Yeah.
So to be able to govern and have a proper control throughout, so we have a strong team for every aspect of construction.
And on this one, are you principal contractor?
We are principal contractor as well as developer in this one. Actually, in all our schemes, we are the principal contractors and developer. So developer, contractor, developer, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
As we speak, roofing is happening. Some of the external works are happening as well.
I've noticed you've gone for like a two-tone brick. Is that to break up the massing a bit? Is that part of,
yeah,
is that the thinking?
Yeah, it was basically that, right? But it's a design-led project. A lot of thought process has gone into this thing to do not create, the overwhelming impact on the neighboring properties, to ensure that it still sits within that and it's not creating that factor. And this is the tallest building as well. So the idea was to break the mass in such a way that it does not create that overwhelming aspect.
How long did this take you to get through planning?
So planning took us. So planning was in.
Sorry, you did the conversions before, right?
Yeah. So if we park that on one side, because obviously the main planning thing started after that.
Yeah.
So we originally were trying to achieve what we have now, but originally we went for, and the council was not sure about the top flat. So what happened was we submitted the planning and got the approval for dental practice and 8 units. But after that, once we achieved that planning, we went back to the planners and submitted a new planning application with 1 additional unit. That is the penthouse on the top, and that's just 1 flat on the top. It's a 3-bed. So yeah, it was 2-phase planning in that sense. So after that, we started the whole project.
Okay. You got the approval on the first one, and then also the second one.
Yeah, we added that 1 unit after that, but that was not just 1 incremental unit. We had to submit the whole planning again because we did not. We haven't started the project on site, till then. So we had to apply for the whole thing again.
Could you have done something on site to implement the?
But you wanted to ensure also. Yeah, we could do that. That was an option that you start building up and you just go for 1 increment. But we did not want to leave this thing on chance because obviously we wanted to understand the GDPs and the viability. I mean, 1 unit. There was a significant impact on the overall, financial viability of the scheme. So that is why we wanted to understand what will be the end result of this. So yeah, just this 1 unit obviously made a lot of difference in the overall financials.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's the penthouse.
That's the penthouse on the top. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. So the prior approval, was that process was quite smooth at the beginning?
It was, yes.
So you got that in 56 days, or within the 56 days?
Yeah, that was pretty straightforward, easy, no issues as such really. So that was easy, and hence it was our fallback strategy as well. That if nothing happens or if planning takes much longer than anticipated, at least we have something, an income-producing asset.
Okay. And was it difficult to surrender the lease with the surgery?
We had good relations with the dentist. He was here for many years, and obviously there was an element of trust as well. So obviously, and also what we were offering back was of much greater value, and obviously a brand new building and a brand new surgery. That probably will, maybe a number of them could become your patients as well. So I think there was a bit of benefits on both sides.
So but did you start having those conversations before you purchased the site with them?
No. So what happened
was that part of your overall strategy?
This site was acquired with. I have a venture partner in this as well. So he had acquired the site about 15 years ago, more than 15 years ago. And then obviously we're discussing this thing, and then I got on board. And then when everything started to work in terms of getting plannings and all these things, and acquiring next door a butcher shop as well, and then getting the first PD and second PD, doing all the work, and then going for comprehensive redevelopment. So it was quite a number of steps in between. The journey was interesting. So there was a lot of involved in that.
Yeah, you've got to have a lot of patience and keep persevering in property development.
I think that's one of the main things. Perseverance is one of the main things.
We are in the commercial bit, right?
Yes.
But this
this is the commercial bit.
Yeah, this is the bit that you're going to, I presume, do at the end once all the other.
That's correct. Yeah. So this still is a part of up to here. It's all commercial. So they've separated, for canteen area at the moment, but up to here it's all commercial. And you can enter from the side as well.
So Sintl.
Yes.
What does that mean? The name Sintl, does it have a meaning behind it?
Yeah, it's not just the name; it's a vision. Sky is not the limit.
Oh right, it's an abbreviation.
Yeah.
The sky is not the limit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what it is.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This is a vision. Obviously, I had this name with me. I mean, not just the name, but the tagline, "Sky is not the limit." And I was thinking to form a company and find the best possible. So I was just playing with that, and it seemed that the abbreviation of the main thing actually strikes out well as well. So I thought, okay, let's stick with that, because that is what resonates with how I think, and us as a company, how we believe and how think, because we think that all the limitation is in the mind. Yeah. Right. And if you don't put our limits, then I think there is really no limit.
Yeah. That's really cool. I like it. I like the name. Yeah. Sky's not the limit. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to show around?
Especially with all these rockets going up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And it actually proves the point as well, right?
Exactly, yeah. Okay. So this is the main entrance.
So you enter from here.
Yeah.
Right on the right-hand side, obviously there'll be a wall. This is going to be an entrance lobby sort of area. On the right-hand side, you'll have a dental practice, right? And as you go along, the entrance for one of the ground floor flats is from the front main.
They have their own entrance.
Entrance, right? And other than that, then there's another flat. So there are two flats on the ground floor. There are 3 flats on first, 3 flats on second, and 1 flat, the penthouse on the top floor, third floor.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this will be one of the flats which the entrance will be from
outside.
From outside.
Okay.
And if you carry on going straight, so we have our services, and then we have lift in. So this is the second flat. That's the far end. So this is at the moment it's open, but it'll be obviously partitioned. They're both 1-bed flats on the ground floor.
Yeah, and they have their own outdoor amenity as well. Yeah. So you're principal contractor on this. Do you work with the same subcontractors?
Okay, so obviously, like any other business, we like to build relations, right? And we like to work with the people we have worked with in the past. Having said that, we also try to keep on working on our supply chain and keep on evolving with what's available. A lot of people, when you're working, sometimes what happens is, the availability, or sometimes things are not always aligned for every project, but most of our contractors, we tend to work with them, on a rolling basis. So we are going on first floor. On first floor, we have 3 flats. So we have on this property, we have air source heat pumps. So we have very carbon-friendly building. So we have MEHR, right? So there's no radiators, it's all underflow heating only here. Yeah. So it's very energy efficient building for obviously all the occupants.
Are the air source heat pumps on the roof?
Yeah, they're on the roof. Yeah, and we have solar panels as well. So we have solar panels, we have air source heat pump, we have MEHR system. So there's a lot, that we're putting in the building.
That's great.
Every flat has an outdoor space. So there are balconies or patios or terraces. First floor and second floor are typical. They were, identical.
What was the reason that you went with RC reinforced concrete on this building?
Okay, so there are multiple benefits, both logistical, financial, and some other aspects. I'll tell you some of them. Obviously, we had one of the reasons was there was only one contractor starting from groundworks going all the way up. So we only had one contractor for the entire thing. Then it helps you with fire, that's a big thing. It helps with acoustics, and it straight away make all the floors available to you when you're working as well. And from a logistical point of view, we found that it's going to be preferred option. Obviously, we did compare steel structure, we did compare traditional build as well, but eventually after comparing all the pros and cons, we decided that this is the best structure from our point of view for this project.
Yeah, pros and cons, but I guess in this one, yeah, the pros, the benefits outweighed the negatives. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it does cost more, but you save money in other places, right?
That's correct. So it's if you look at the overall economies, right? So it might be seen as this element itself might be costing more, but some of the other elements will cost less in terms of time as well, right? So time and efficiency
Speed
and all of this come into play. So if you work out the whole thing, then the difference might not actually be that great. So this is where you go out. At the moment, you can see the roof is being laid.
And I presume this is where the solar panel.
So solar panels are going on the top roof, right? This will be just outside the terrace part, and this is where all the air source heat pumps and all of these air source heat pumps will be sitting here. Yeah. And then there will be a separate acoustic screening here, which will be separating, the terrace and the air source heat pumps for the rest of the building. And this is on a sunny day, which is now you can see the shard. Can you see? Can you see
the shard?
Yeah. And that's Colley's Wood, that's Merton, that's where you came from, modern, close to that. And just on the other side, you have a beautiful park near little. So this is the living, kitchen, living, kitchen, diner. This is all of that, and then you go out and you have your own terrace, private terrace, and on this floor, this is the only flat. So this is more private than others in that sense.
What kind of spec have you chosen for this development?
Okay, so in terms of specs, let me start with the kitchen.
Yeah.
So it's a bespoke Dutch kitchen with slim shaker line, and we've got quartz, Calcutta gold quartz with island waterfall effect. So that's the spec for the kitchen. The flooring is going to be light oak engineered wood, chevron pattern, and a false ceiling with nice going patterns, ambient lighting. So that's the general spec we have. And this is for every flat.
Do you have like a running theme in this?
We do.
For the design, for the
So the penthouse, we've leaned on a very deep bottle green color, and that's the color of the Dutch kitchen with white, the white offsetting the green. For the main bathroom, we've got again 3D effect tiles in bronze with very light terrazzo and travertine. For the penthouse ensuite, we've got a lovely green terrazzo with subway tiles. And this is in basket weave pattern. So that's the theme. So we've elevated the design of the penthouse as opposed to the other 1 and 2 bedroom flats.
Okay. And you're calling it, you've named it something, haven't you? You call it
Japandi.
Japandi.
So yes, so the interior design theme for the development is Japandi, which is the name itself, Japanese and Scandinavian. Yeah, so it's a fusion of both.
Yeah.
So that's the theme for the whole buildings. Apart from a penthouse itself, it's the color, just like different color. The rest of the 8 flats have tones of very subtle colors as well, very natural tones. So this is different in color and a little bit. So this is separately spec'd, and the rest, all the flats are very similar. So when you come in, obviously there's a lot of stuff at the moment here, still being one of the rooms. This is one of the bedrooms for the penthouse.
It's the master bedroom.
That's the master bedroom. So we will have ensuite for this one, and it will have its all fitted cupboards as well. A little like walk-in wardrobe style of cupboard for this one.
I've got to say, it's a very well built, well thought out building and design from what I've seen so far.
There was a lot
very
of countless hours went into this thing. I mean, this is the outcome of a lot of people spending a lot of time discussing, sometimes agreeing, disagreeing with a lot of ideas, and that this is a result of a lot of those endless discussions and hours we put into this.
Yeah, no, I can see it. And how did you, if I can ask, how did you fund this development? Do you have a lender on this?
So we have, so the few people as you know, we sometimes pool funds together to start the inception. So most of the sites when we acquire, they are all cash funded when we acquire. But if after down the line, if we need funding, or if we can complete the project with our own funds, we can complete, and then we can refinance if we were to keep it, or we just sell it. And we sometimes use the lenders as well to ensure that everything works smoothly.
Okay. What I've seen, the spaces look great, the flats look great, and the quality I can see is going to be amazing. Once it's all done. What kind of price points are these flats going to be sold at, and what is the GDV on the overall?
So overall GDV is circa 6 million for the development, that including the commercial unit, right? So
6
million.
6 million, okay.
Yes, and it will range from just under 500,000 to 70-80k sort of mark starting point, and the penthouse will be around circa 900k sort of mark. And then obviously commercial unit has value based on the rental yield, the rental yield of the commercial property as well. So altogether it's about 6 million. We have 4 1-beds, 4 2-beds, and 1 penthouse, right? So 1 bed will be just under 500 sort of mark, 2 bed will be between 500 and 600 sort of mark, and penthouse is close to 900 sort of mark, right? So, and then the commercial unit. So altogether it comes to around. So GDV for just the residential part will be more than 5.5.
Okay. Yeah.
And rest will be commercial.
Yeah.
So that's
okay. And when did you start the project? When did you start construction, and when do you anticipate?
So we started just over a year ago on site, and we will be finishing within next 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
So we actually have our formal launch planned for end of May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So that's so practical completion in a couple of months.
About that time. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
8 to 10 weeks away from that for now.
Do you think it will happen? You get it done by now?
I think we are very confident because we have already all the teams and all the contractors already on board. It's just about managing them properly and just getting it done. So everything is happening, and every week the speed and it start building out. There's a phase when you see less coming together, but then everything starts coming together very, very quickly. So we are now entering that stage of construction.
Haroon, thanks for showing us around. It's a really impressive site. I know you've got some of your team here.
Yeah, before we depart, I would like to quickly introduce the team members who are present on site today. And without this team, we can't obviously make this happen. So I would quickly run through the thing. I'll start with the lady, Himanshi. She's an architect, and she leads the design from within Sintl, and she coordinates all the design with all the external consultants, and she ensures that everything is on track design-wise. Any technical queries, anything that needs to be discussed or queried about, she's the person, right? She's one of the main hubs in our thing. Then Daryl, he's the guy who's making this dream coming true in reality. He's the site manager here with a lot of experience and very deep experiences of these and many much bigger projects as well. Then we have Shahram. He's assisting and learning from the master himself. And I hope within short span of time he will be, he'll be a shining star as well. Then we have Arkham. He is assistant QS. He is also an engineer by profession. He is pursuing his RICS qualification as well as we speak. So one of the key things is that we want to ensure that every member of our team is also on the journey of evolution, right? They keep on striving for the best as well, and they become the better and best version of themselves as well.
Yeah, really nice to meet some of your team there. I guess sometimes as developers you forget that the projects you're doing is really a team effort, right? What is your day-to-day involvement these days? I mean, you've been doing property development for some time now.
Yeah. Okay, one of the...
Are you still heavily involved? Are you
Yeah,
still quite hands-on?
Okay, so I am.
Yeah.
Having said that, one of the key tasks that I've given to my team, and I keep on reminding them, is that they need to ensure that nothing comes on my table, right? So if that happens, it means things are going fine. Otherwise, I mean, that's a little fun bit, but generally, yeah, I am very actively involved, right? I am in touch, I know what's happening, I frequently get involved with a lot of the key strategic decision making as well, but day-to-day running, otherwise, I think they're structured well enough that things will happen. And if anyone needs any assistance, I'm always available to anyone as well. So our team is our little family as well. So there's no boss culture as such. So we are all colleagues, we're all friends, we're all family. So this is how we operate, and this is how we want to actually grow as well. Yeah. Sustainably, slowly but surely. And for us, our team is at the forefront. The people we work with are at the forefront of what we do. The rest, the product is the outcome of the journey we have together with them. Yeah,
I think it also helps when you give a certain level of autonomy to your team as well. Makes them feel needed, makes them feel part of the team and important. So
that's good. We don't work in a micromanagement style of working. We like to think that people are competent enough, they are mature enough, and they're capable of handling the things. They're capable of handling the tasks they've been given. So yeah, that's how we work.
Well, look, I think we're going to wrap it up there.
Sure.
Thank you for showing us around. I know you've got another scheme you're going to be starting soon. Is it the 23 flats?
So no, that is for 25 units. It's a retrofit project. Part of that is grade 2 listed building, and the rest will be your part as well.
Well, you're going to have to let us come and film that one.
Absolutely. I think probably you will be one of the first one to showcase that for us. Yeah. We can show you around whenever you want.
Yeah. Okay. No, that would be great. No, look forward to that. But for now, no, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for showing us around. It's amazing project, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
And thank you very much for coming.
Well, guys, there you go. From strategic land assembly deals to new build developments. That site was impressive. Guys, that's the end of this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you at the next one.